Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be doing our daily transparency update. So as always, that just includes me talking about my gains or losses for every single stock market day, and we also go pretty far in depth in discussion on Tesla stock as well, since that is my only position in my portfolio currently. And so we don't even have any free stocks. It is straight up just Tesla, 100% of the portfolio. So of course, as always, if y'all do enjoy the transparency updates and the Tesla videos, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out. But just getting into this portfolio update, as you all can see, I'm currently at $147,475.16 for the portfolio. And for the normal market hours, we got a 2.03% gain. That's around $2,887.66. And for the after hours, we are currently at plus 1.69%, and that is plus $2,447.58. And it's currently just a few minutes after 6 p.m. right now, so we do have a little bit left for the after hours. But as you can see, a pretty solid day today for Tesla stock. We got a plus 3.68% gain if you just combine everything all together. So this was actually one of those days where it really switched up like halfway through almost, to the point where at the beginning of the day in the pre-market, it was seeming like it was going to be just another one of those red days for Tesla. As you all can see, it started out at 9 a.m. at minus 3.58% in the pre-market, and then it dropped down to this point at 9:10 a.m. at minus 5.23%. We got a little bit of a rebound up to this point at minus 4.11, and then it dropped all the way down to the lowest point of today, which was at minus 6.50%. And at that point, I had lost around $9,226. And then ever since 9:40 a.m., we got a pretty solid rebound upwards all the way into the green at 10:10, and that hit plus 0.42% for Tesla, but then it dropped back down afterwards until this low point at 10:35 a.m. That was at minus 2.99%, and then we slowly started to see an incline from 10:35 a.m. onwards with some volatility as well. But as you all can see, a few bounces here and there, but the general trend was upwards, and it actually went pretty high over the baseline. So that resulted in us getting a pretty solid gain for the normal market hours at a little over 2%. And then for the after hours, it has slowly gone up a little bit as well. At the beginning of after hours, we had some volatility with a tiny downturn, and then it started to go up towards the end of it. And so we're around 2% in gains in after hours currently. So definitely a solid day for Tesla stock. This was one of those days where I think a lot of people, including myself, was just expecting another pretty big red day. But as you all know that watched my portfolio update for yesterday's video, I was actually kind of frustrated because I couldn't get my money transferred in time to buy Tesla stock on sale. And so it actually kind of worked out well for me in the sense that today I was able to buy the stock early in the day and actually get it at a cheaper price than it was at yesterday. So that is kind of a positive thing. It kind of worked out in my favor, ironically. But full disclosure, I did buy some Tesla stock today. I'll be making a separate video for that just so I can go in depth on my reasoning for the purchase, and also just simply showing the purchase receipts and things like that. So I'll be discussing that as well. But as part of this transparency update, just want to let you all know that I did buy some Tesla stock today. Took advantage of the red section of today's chart, so it actually worked out pretty well for me. Pretty excited about that. But like I mentioned earlier, this was just one of those days where it actually ended up going in the green on a day where we really weren't expecting, a notable green day for Tesla. It seemed like with yesterday's drop just across the board with the general stock market, and then with Tesla going down as well, with that combination of the general stock market being in the red, and then also the sell-off from battery day as well, things just weren't looking very good for Tesla. But as I said in yesterday's video, I simply just viewed it as another buying opportunity, and I really don't get concerned or worried about the short-term movements for Tesla stock, because what really matters, for me at least, is the long term, because I'm a long-term investor and I plan on holding this company for more than 10 years. So today was pretty interesting in the sense that we kind of got a surprise green day when the general outlook on the stock market, and especially Tesla, wasn't very good. I know, like with the comment sections yesterday, there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt, and a lot of people kind of already giving up on Tesla and Elon Musk, surprisingly. And so like I said yesterday, there were people that were like giving up on Elon Musk and giving up on Tesla and throwing in the towel, and it was just really interesting and a bit strange to see people giving up on Tesla so easily with just a 12% drop day. And yes, I know the red days aren't always the greatest for some people that, of course, might have recently purchased the stock at its peak price and they're down a lot. That's understandable if you're down like $12,000 if you dropped 100K on Tesla stock at its peak. I understand why you would be a little bit concerned, but as I've said in previous videos, it's all about conviction. It's all about, have you done your research on Tesla stock? And if so, it's probably a lot more likely that you'll be able to hold it long term because you understand what is going on with the company and what is likely to happen in the future. But it was interesting to see so many people just ready to throw in the towel yesterday, especially considering that we are still in the early stages of Tesla's growth story. So that means weathering the storm regardless of where the stock goes in the short term. And so this is just the first year out of this 10-year growth story to 2030 for Tesla. I think great things are still going to happen after 2030, but I think there's a big emphasis on this 10-year timeline for Tesla. And to see people already throwing in the towel yesterday just because of a stock movement, keep in mind there wasn't even really any negative news about Tesla stock to cause that decline. It was just that people were throwing in the towel because they were losing money on Tesla stock because it had been a red day. And if you're throwing in the towel already just because the market had an unrealistic reaction or a negative reaction to positive news because of their high expectations, then that tells me you might want to do more research about the company so you can have more confidence and not so easily give up on a significant position. So that's the logic that I have with the market. Today was just going to be another day, business as usual. Regardless of whether today was going to be a red day or a green day for Tesla stock, I was going to dollar cost average and buy anyways, and then not really stress about anything in the meantime. And that's just because I'm looking way far on into the future compared to worrying about the irrelevant things like the short-term movements that aren't going to matter 10 years from now. But I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was interesting because people were just kind of giving up already, and it just showed me how many investors weren't really in Tesla for the long term. And it was kind of similar to what we saw when we had the 20% drop day for Tesla. Usually you can see a big change in just like the general outlook on Tesla, where if you have a huge drop day like minus 20% or even like minus 12% with yesterday, you start seeing a big change in just the general perspective on Tesla, where beforehand it's like people pumping up the stock and they're saying all of these price targets by these certain dates and saying I'm a long-term investor and things like that. But then, you know, when we had those big drop days, the discussion boards and the conversations start to change a little bit. People start to question whether they should still hold the stock, and they start to talk about how they're disappointed in the growth and things like that, yet also not realizing the fact that Tesla is up like 600+%, 700+% over this past year. So we are entering in a little bit later stages of its growth, and that's something to realize. And so I think for the long-term investors, that doesn't bother us so much because we realize the potential in this company in the future. We understand that some things are priced in when we are paying the share price for Tesla. Even at $394.75, some things are priced in for the future. However, if you can look far enough into the future and have the confidence that Tesla is going to accomplish these big things, then I think the share price right now is easily worth its value for a long-term investment. Now, that is just my opinion, of course. Anything that I say or have said in this video is not to be considered financial advice. But anyways, I just wanted to emphasize how there was like such a big perspective change with yesterday. And I know that some people were kind of disappointed with Battery Day and were maybe expecting a little bit more. And like I said, Battery Day was huge with just the information that was announced, but I think people may have been expecting something else on top of that. And like I've mentioned in previous videos, we got a lot of the information early before the event, so there weren't many surprises if you did your research. But still, it's nice to see another green day for Tesla. And I think a green day like today is once again going to teach market timers a lesson on why you don't want to try to time the perfect bottom, especially for Tesla. I know I've seen comments comments previously where people are saying, I'm waiting until Tesla hits $100 or $150 per share until I buy in. Now, of course, I have no idea where the stock is going in the future. You know, I can't say with 100% certainty that Tesla isn't going to drop down to $100 or $150 per share. However, I would say that it is pretty unlikely. We would probably have to have another crash scenario like we saw back in February for it to even get close to that. Now, obviously, it could happen, but I'm not the type of person that is willing to try to time the market and wait until that possibility of that event actually happening for me to actually use my money and invest it in Tesla stock. So I'm just the type of person that enjoys dollar cost averaging, and today is just another one of those days that kind of teaches market timers why you don't want to try to time the market, or at least that's my opinion. And so with yesterday, the general outlook being negative around Tesla and it being a red day and after hours being red as well, I know that some investors actually had money on the sidelines but were stating that they're waiting for it to go a lot lower. And keep in mind, I think a general pullback is still going to continue. We may get a few rebounds here and there, but I think we might see some pullbacks in the future over this next month, at least until the Q3 earnings report. But I think that's important to just realize, like with yesterday, we had so many people saying how they're going to wait until it gets down to like $150, $200 per share. And, you know, here's a green day for Tesla once again. So this is just one of those examples why I like the dollar cost average. And luckily, I bought it early this morning and I got a bigger discount than what it would be at right now if I was purchasing. So I like to try to avoid timing the market because of events like this where you could just have something happen out of nowhere, something pretty unexpected like a green day for Tesla. And that's usually how the market works. A lot of times the market will surprise people by doing things they don't expect. So I'm just the type of person that accepts that I know I have no idea where the market is going to go in the future. I can say in the long term that I know it will likely continue to go up just because that's how the history of the stock market has been. And I can say the same thing about Tesla because I'm confident in its future. But when it comes to like timing short-term things especially, or trying to time the exact bottom with a really discounted share price, that's where it gets a little bit risky, in which you can actually miss out on some pretty nice deals by wanting to be a little bit more greedy and get an even bigger deal. But anyways, just to go ahead and run through the numbers today for Tesla stock, like I said, we got a plus 3.54% gain today, and that is plus $5,025.09 in gains. And for the total return, we are currently at plus 33.44%, which is plus $36,850.33. And then just to show you all the year chart, as you all know, I've only been investing for under a year. I started last December 2nd. So I'm still at plus 60.45%, and that is around plus $55,398.20 in gains. So my portfolio is still pretty far into the green in terms of gains in comparison to all of my actual investments aside from the gains. So I just wanted to share this video with you all. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to smash that like button, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, you can get one free stock valued up to $1,600, and to get that, all you have to do is sign up with my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out, so it's basically just nice passive income. Just want to let you all know about that, but hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.